I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. See what would happen. And it's interesting what I'm seeing. And by the way, I'm not done. We're still going to interact. We're still got a while to hang out here. But in general, here's what I saw. Pretty much the entirety of the Kick Chat, okay, basically is trolls. Very few people were being positive about it. I wish they were. I wish there were more people there that were positive, but there's just not a lot of positive people in the Kick Chat these days. There's a few, but not a ton. Let's go to the next song. You know what? Let's change the playlist. That even threw me for a little. What is that? Okay, let's go to the next song. That was absolutely ridiculous. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I want to do something different. I wanted to see how it went. By the way, exactly the things that I knew would happen happened. For example, apparently during this stream, LTG leaked more DMs. You know, like every single time he's done that ever, and he still does it and acts like it has anything to do with anything or any impact. Yeah, of course he leaked DMs that I sent him, because that's all he ever does. So now when I send him things, it's intentional, because I know that he's going to leak them. It's like, he's done it a million times. Why wouldn't he do it again? It's inevitable that he will. He thinks that this is some kind of a gotcha or something. Dude, every single time I message you, it's because I know you're going to tell everyone what I said. So congrats. Like, ooh, you really got me now, bro. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm just curious what everyone thought. All right. What are your thoughts on the whole situation of people who have these detractors who make these videos on them, including me, the way that they're portrayed, the situations that they find themselves in? Okay. This is idiot. Really? I really want to know everyone's take on this. Was that something that anyone got enjoyment or anything out of? Would you like to see me ever do more of that kind of stuff? Or are you like, nah, that wasn't very good. That was kind of, it didn't really go anywhere. Didn't like it. I want to know. I want honest feedback from people like me, from that are, regulars of my content, for people who maybe aren't. All right. I want to hear what you think. I want to thank those who were here for the whole thing. People who supported it. Thank you. Different effort. And by the way, like I said, I basically tried to do insight that wasn't outright insulting, that was trying to give my honest opinions, but at the same time, maybe bringing up points that people don't rationally bring up. Like, the thing is, when the detractors say certain things about Wings or LTG, they're maybe not wrong, but the ways that they do them, it makes it more of a joke than something to be analyzed as serious. Like, I think some people just like to make fun of the fact that Wings is sitting there eating all day on stream. But the truth is, the guy's eating himself to death. And if someone actually doesn't intervene, he could come to a bad end, which is terrible. I don't think anyone wishes that upon Wings, do we? I certainly don't. I mean, that's awful. I want the guy to do better. But no one ever says that. Instead, it's, make fun of the guy, point at him, and and laugh at him like the clown he is, and then make videos on him and monetize it. I think that's messed up. I do. All right? Now, there's nothing you can do to stop it. That's the system that YouTube has right now. But I really do feel that more rational thought is needed. Because, like, some people are saying, well, what did you do right now? How was that any better than what Kino Casino does? Well, let's see. Did I outright eviscerate the people? Did I say that I'm better than either of them? Did I call them horrendous names? Did I, you know what I'm saying? Did I say awful, slanderous things about either one of them? Did I literally make up anything that I said during that commentary? That was factual observation. It was I feel like I was trying to be as level-headed as I could be in what I was saying. Maybe a few things I misspoke and I was misinformed on. That's okay. That happens. We're not all perfect. But certainly, I feel like I tried my best to make the content stand out, to be meaningful, that people could watch that and be like, oh, well, I didn't know that that video existed. I didn't know about LTG and Wings in that way. I just hear negative things about them. Well, here's a perspective of someone who's kind of from in that wheelhouse of being a lol cow who's harassed constantly. And here's my take on that kind of a situation. Okay? Happy Book Cautious, as you mentioned, LTG's leaked documents, a very big detractor of yours leaked them. You say it's proof. Does that mean that that person is trustworthy? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know the lore that deep. I don't. So I can't answer that question. I don't really know. If you want to elaborate on that or whatever, I don't know. Right? Olivia says I should watch a short video about LTG he sent me. I would laugh for sure. Well, I'm not going to do it yet, but I want to get the honest reaction of everybody here. Ms. Smiley says, you went hard on LTG. He didn't really say anything bad about Wings. He didn't even seem to know him. That's the point. He interviewed him 3 years ago. All right? 3 years later, I'm going to react. Literally, he's talking out of his butt. He's trying to give medical advice that he knows nothing about. He gave advice about something he knew nothing about. Oh, boy. He has no empathy whatsoever. He's trying to discredit depression. He's trying to say that it's easy to just not eat, even though that's Wings' addiction and everyone knows it. Well, you see what I mean? Like, genuinely what he's doing is harmful. When he goes on stream and he presents himself like that, he's presenting himself like, I'm an authority figure. I know what I'm talking about. Here's my advice on this because I'm informed. And he's none of that. You see, none of it at all. And so he's doing harmful content for his audience and anyone else who's involved watching that. Like, that's bad. That's really irresponsible stuff, quite frankly. And from what I'm to understand, like, that's a lot of his content. Like, he basically reacts to stuff constantly all over the internet and just kind of talks like that and really doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But here he is supposedly with an audience of thousands of people who are listening, and that's harmful content, in my opinion. You could disagree. Maybe you think he's a clown and no one ever takes him seriously. I don't know. Well, Nova Chris did a $5 super chat and said, I commend you. You tried something else, but it's not entertaining or insightful. You're acting like a detractor, and you're better than this. Okay, I thank you for your honest feedback. Honestly, I really do. Thank you for that. If you really didn't like it, then I need to know that, because I want to know if there's things that I should continue with or not. By the way, there was no plans to continue this. This was just a one-off thing, a unique opportunity, a unique video was released. I thought I could add to it, and I wanted to see what people had to say about it. Let's see here. Jeff Latoy did a $5 super chat. He says, please do more content like this. It's very entertaining and you're good at it. So I literally just got completely conflicting information. John, I saw your comment and I'm going to respond to it. Okay, John? Okay, can I freeze the chat? I want to respond to what John said about meal prep because he's trying to basically correct me. And if I need correction, I want to get it corrected. So hold on. Thank you to Jeff for the $5 here. He's saying that meal prep meant something different. Let me take a look. John, truth somewhere in there that gets extrapolated upon. For example, I'll give you an example. Okay? Wings, around Christmas time, that when I was going to do my marathon, you guys remember I did a Christmas marathon, right? And I contacted Wings. And I said, Wings, I would love to have you just for a few minutes. Doesn't even have to be a big interview or nothing. I would like to just have you on my Christmas marathon for a few minutes just to say happy holidays and see what you're doing. Just shoot the shit for like a few minutes, just like I did with Ethan Ralph and like I did with Gahul. I just want to do the same thing with Wings, just for a little bit. Okay? Wings did respond. And he said, well, when is it? I told him when it was. And he goes, all right, well, I'm going to be busy with my wife, Kelly, all day doing Christmas family stuff, but I'll let you know when we get home if I could do it. Okay? That's what he told me. He never contacted me again, so he didn't show up on my Christmas marathon. Okay? He then went on stream and streamed Battlefield. And apparently, for what I'm to understand, you can see how much he plays. And he was playing Battlefield all day. Like that whole day, he was just playing Battlefield offline. And then he went and streamed it online. Then he went on his own stream and admitted he didn't go and do any family stuff with his wife at all. He just stayed home and played Battlefield. Okay? So he lied to me. He said the reason he wasn't going to come on the Christmas event is because he was busy. But he wasn't busy. He just wanted to play Battlefield all day. But again, that's the kind of guy he is. He just makes shit up constantly, lies to get out of stuff. And I get it. If he didn't want to appear, he should have said, "No, I'm not interested," or just not responded at all. Why he said he might show up just to lie about it is confusing to me. But it seems like it's a pattern with him, right? Like that's how he behaves. Maybe it's his depression and his anti-social behavior. Because I also used to have that same issue where I would commit to stuff and then I would just back out of it last minute, or I would say I couldn't do it for a reason that didn't exist. I would lie because I just didn't want, I had this pressure, this anxiety that I felt because I didn't like interacting with other people because of my depression and stuff. So I would just constantly be backing out of stuff. And from what I'm to understand, that's also what happens with Wings. Like, isn't that one of the stuff that happened with Painkiller already back in the day? That was a podcast that he was on for a long time. And then basically they got tired of him canceling, lying, backing out of events and things and had enough and just dumped him off the show. And I think that's kind of just the behavior has continued. Okay. So I don't know how much that carries into his personal life with his wife or whatever. I can't say that. I'm not part of his life to know that. Right. But what I can tell you is from my personal experience, I've seen that actual behavior tossed my way in the little bit of interactions that I've had. But I could tell you justifiably why it's happening, because he's depressed. He's depressed. He's antisocial. It's part of his condition. And that's what leads him to act that way. But for me, you have to understand I'm a professional. I'm putting out content for people every day on a stream. I got to be sure that I'm putting out a stream with the content that I promised. I can't overpromise and underdeliver. So if I tell you, hey, Wing said he's coming on my stream and then he doesn't show up, that's a negative against me because I promised you that content and we can't have it. So it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. The first time Wing said he was coming on my show, he did. The second time Wing said he was coming on my show, he didn't. The third time was a maybe. Then he told me a reason why he might not show up. And then he didn't show up, but to come to find out, the reason was a lie. So at this point, you know, would you even proceed? Would you even try to get this guy in your content again? To be honest, I would have much rather have had a conversation with Wings in person on a stream, in a discussion, rather than me reacting to that video. I would have loved to just talk directly with him. But it doesn't happen. He blew me off. He made excuse, lied. So I couldn't get him on the stream. What am I supposed to do, right? There you go. What you don't seem to understand, what people don't understand about me is that I don't care when people cook me and talk about me. It'll never even get to me. I don't give a shit. I don't care about that shit at all. The fact that I just did this video and people are saying, well, LTG is now tweeting about you, and LTG, yeah, because LTG is a very fickle, very weak person. If anyone says anything about him, he immediately caves. He reacts exactly as expected. I knew that he was going to leak the DMs. That's why I sent them. I knew that he would basically do a crazy rant tonight. Of course he's going to do that. That's who he is. He's an egotistical maniac. He can't actually just like take an L or any kind of criticism and just be like, whatever. He has to respond. He's going to respond. That's fine. Now, for the record, to all of you, Wings of Redemption and LTG detractors, and to my detractors, you're welcome. I knew that this piece of content would feed you guys for a bit. All right? I knew it would. And now people are like, why would you do that? Because that's the cycle of YouTube. Do you understand that that's how YouTube works now? Right? You get that. It's either you decide every once in a while to dip your toe into that lake, or you don't. I wanted to dabble in it and see what would happen. I absolutely knew that this would all be a cyclic content, correct? So now I responded, and now other people will clip this and respond to it. The detractors on each side will respond to the next response, and now we all have a big content loop, except I don't really care. You see, you guys will all have shit to talk about now. I'm good. Tonight on my late stream, I'm going to be playing the same stuff that I said I was going to be playing. I'm not changing that content. Tomorrow, I'll be doing the same stuff. You know, nothing changes for me. I'm good. But now you guys have a delicious buffet to chow down on, and I hope that you enjoy. Like, enjoy this nice cornucopia of stuff that I have now provided for you. I gave you guys a solid, right? You know? Well, here's the thing. Dab Hands makes a good point. He says, can we instead endeavor to break this wheel, this loop? It's all content we should get rid of. I agree with you. But if anything, if you haven't noticed, there's just no way to break that cycle. There's only one actual way to break the cycle, and that's for YouTube to say this content will not exist on our site anymore, and it is demonetizable and bannable. Okay, that's it. That's literally the only way it will ever end. If they don't make that step and say this should not be on our platform, then this content loop will endlessly spin forever and ever, and there's no way that any of us can stop it. No matter what I do, my detractors will clip me and say horrible things about me every single day. So why do I care? Someone warned me this morning, and fair enough, because I appreciate everyone's feedback. Someone who I really care about their opinion this morning said to me, Phil, if you do this, people are going to clip it. They're going to say that it's toxic. They're going to say that you're doing what your detractors do. You're going to say that you're hypocritical. And I said, why do I give a shit about what any of them say? Why would I ever give a damn about what one of them say? Today, if I just play Arc Raiders, they're going to clip it. They're going to say horrible things about me. They're still going to make their content, and they're still going to have the money. So it doesn't matter what content I put out. They say the same shit. Why am I going to dictate my life and what I decide to do on a daily basis on what they do? I'm never going to do that. I would literally do nothing. If I'm so afraid of what they're going to put out on me every day, then I would never stream, you know? $2 super chat saying, would you ever react to a detractor's video? I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really interested in it because here's the thing. By reacting to what I just reacted to, we just reacted to content about other people where I can give honest takes that people maybe wanted to hear or didn't, whatever. But you heard my takes. That's interesting content. That creates more content. If I react to a detractor video, all I do is say, well, that's not true. That's not true. That's an over-exaggeration. The only people that care are my detractors, and no one listens. All right? Who gives a shit? Literally, who gives a shit about what I have to say about my detractors' content but besides my detractors? My fans don't. They outright have said, we don't care about this. So what's the point? Even if I completely disprove a whole detractor video, it doesn't matter. That's not what they're made for. They're not made to be truthful. They're made to be entertaining for an audience that likes drama, to give the view or the donation so that these people make money, right? It's not because it's truthful content. The days of people making detractor content to actually bring someone down or make them behave better are long gone. If someone does a documentary on someone, it's not because they want that person to improve. It's because they want to make money on that person. Do you see? So it doesn't matter what I react to or not. It doesn't do anything. It's not going to improve anything. It's just a waste of time. But other things, other topics that aren't directly about me trying to discredit or debunk, but instead add insight, add experience, add, knowledge, which I just did. Watching that video 20 minutes and I turned it into 2+ hours, but I added in all this supplemental content about the lore, about the situations. That was way more meaningful, I think. That's something better that I can do. Rather than comment on the own situation that no one gives two shits about, comment on the other situations that I can relate to. Everyone, Darkside Phil here. The only detractor channel that I watch is Duty Streams.